Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your spiritual revolution guidance reading for the month of Virgo. Okay, so this is taking us from August 22nd to September 22nd. I keep saying April for some reason. I don't know why. Probably because it's been raining here and it feels very much like April weather rather than August. Okay, but we are in the month of Virgo and we are in the middle of an eclipse season, and there is a lot of interesting stuff coming this month. So on August 27th, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. This is the second part of this eclipse season that has been hitting hard. Aquarius, I know you've been feeling it because that solar eclipse was right opposite your sign, and there was a lot of energy coming through for you in that one. And you are being challenged. The North Node is moved into your sign as well. And so this whole energy is really pushing you towards your destiny. There are things that you're being asked to leave, and last month challenged you. And now you're being called to really step into your true path with this lunar eclipse in Pisces. So the moon will be conjunct that north node with that destiny. The sun will be conjunct the south node with Mercury, which is also bringing in our communication and our expression with this lunar eclipse. And both of these, the sun and the moon, are going to be squaring Uranus. And Uranus is your ruling planet. And it is the planet of disruption, revolution, unpredictability, and individual expression. And with these, with the eclipse squaring Uranus, it is going to bring a clarity, yes, but it's going to be unexpected. There is going to be a surprise coming in for the messages. You think that you are on this path, but I think the universe has another idea for you. And so that's going to be really exciting, I think. So, pay attention to the signs that are coming through for this lunar eclipse. And then on September 10th, we have the new moon in Virgo. And new moons are all about planting seeds, about setting our intentions for the next 6 months. And we definitely need that after this eclipse season. It is time to start manifesting again. But what's also happening on that day is Uranus, your ruling planet, is going to be retrograding, stationing retrograde that day. So it's giving us an opportunity to really reflect on these surprises, these unexpected messages coming through, and make sure that we're manifesting towards our destiny and the path that is being revealed to us. And then finally, I want to mention on September 17th, Chiron, the wounded healer, has been retrograding in Taurus, but is moving into Aries, moving back into Aries. And this is giving all of humanity the opportunity to really review our identity. And are we being true to ourselves and following our true path? And so there's more challenges and opportunities to prove ourselves and to be honest with ourselves coming up. And so I'm just connecting to your overarching energy for the month of Virgo. And what do you need to know? And I'm not getting one of these cards. So let's see what's coming through. Okay, for Aquarius, can we please get an overarching energy for the month of Virgo for our lovely Aquarius? What is coming through? I don't know. I don't know if we're meant to have one of these cards today. Okay, I'm going with this one. And I like it. And I think you're going to like it too. And I want to get a chakra card for you as well. So what does Aquarius need to know for this month? What chakra are they being asked to connect to? Okay, so your crown. So your crown chakra for the month of Virgo, and ideas, spark, conception, impulse. And I believe that this is very much tied to that lunar eclipse and to the messages that are going to be coming through for you. That, this inspiration as to where you're going to go. If I remember correctly, in the last month, we talked about how there was a big change, that, things were being revealed to you and you had to change. You had to make some big decisions. And now it feels like there's going to be some inspiration coming to you as to, okay, now that I made that change, what comes next? So really pay attention to the ideas, that and the messages, the spark of insights that are coming through to you through your crown. I would suggest doing some sort of a ritual for this lunar eclipse, some meditation, some sort of invitation for your guides to connect with you. And the other overarching energy that you have is rebellion. So this is Mars in Aquarius, in your sign. And Mars is the planet of action. This is our willpower, our drive, our ambition, our warrior spirit. And in your sign, it's all about rebellion. And this is a big theme, I think, for this month of Virgo, which is funny because Virgo is really about structure and order and perfectionism. But with all of this Uranus energy taking such a big role on these days, it feels like that concept is being challenged a little bit. And we're being asked to rebel and to break some rules, play with the rules, push boundaries a little bit. And these are all things that you love to do, Aquarius. And you're really being called to embrace that rebellious spirit this month. And I think that, people in your life tend to have an idea of how you're supposed to live. And, because you do tend to do things differently, and that makes a lot of people uncomfortable. And you're not afraid to make decisions that other people would think are a little bit reckless. And however, you always come out of it like what is best for you. You have a very deep connection to your higher self, to the universe, and you have a really good sense of intuition and to trust that. And so if there are places, spaces, or ideas that you are feeling that you are meant to rebel against, then absolutely make sure you are being true to that. Okay. There's a lot of interesting energy that's coming through. Okay. So for this month of Virgo, for you, my dear Aquarius, you are bringing this energy of the star. And the star is a card about manifestation, about creating your destiny. And it feels very connected to your North Node. It feels very connected to the eclipse. And knowing that there have been some challenges over this past month, you have now proved to yourself that you can do anything. You can take on anything. And you can make any kind of change or decision in your life, and it's not going to be the end of the world. The world will still keep turning and you will still keep thriving. So you have this renewed sense of magic, of trust in the universe and trust in yourself. And that's really the energy that you're bringing into this Virgo season. And what you're going to be experiencing throughout the month is, we have two cards here. We have the 10 of Pentacles and we have the King of Swords. Okay. And it's interesting because I was like, ooh, these feel kind of like opposite energies to me, which is, I don't know if that's necessarily like the traditional interpretation of these cards, but that's really what came through. Because the 10 of Pentacles, this is a sense of fulfillment. This is a sense of being taken care of. As you can see, we have the happy family card. So this feels like in this month of Virgo, you're really going to feel a renewed sense of family, of support from your tribe. And this can literally be your family. This can be your soul family, your friends, your community. This can even be people that you work with. You're going to feel really supported by the people around you. And that's very important to you right now, because with the challenges that you were experiencing last month, and I think like even, there were themes of betrayal, or people around you weren't being completely honest, or they almost like, were trying to, like, talking behind your back or stabbing you in the back, like those kind of detrimental behaviors you were realizing last month. But now you're really going to feel like, I have my people, and I feel supported and held and safe and fulfilled. And it's going to feel like this sense of peace, almost like harmony. And but we have the King of Swords energy as well, and this King of Swords it's more strategic. So I think, like, while you are feeling, this love and contentness, you are also going to be kind of strategizing and thinking about the future. It's like, okay, well, Aquarius doesn't sit still for long, and it's not that you are afraid of the warm feelings and being supported and things like that, but maybe you're finding yourself in a place where you're like, okay, but this isn't where I want to be. This isn't my long term. What comes next, and how do I get there? And so you're always thinking of the future. Aquarius is very future forward and never really attached to the moment, not attached to the present. So you're already thinking about, okay, what is my next step? Like, the King of Swords is the king who understands that you need to protect your territory, and you need to always be thinking like 2 steps ahead of the other kingdoms or the enemies. Not to say that you have enemies, but that are out to get you, but you are thinking of the next steps, and you're strategizing, and you're allowing yourself. I think what you need to do is allow yourself to feel this support while you are making plans for the future. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to move immediately, because depending on what this decision was that you made recently, there is a next phase, and you don't necessarily have to move on to that next phase, but you're thinking about it. And I think what you're really putting together is what worked in the past, what didn't work, what felt good, what didn't feel good. So you can be very strategic and intentional about what this next step looks like. You don't want to just, willy-nilly choose the next thing, whether this is a career, a relationship, a home, a city where you're living, whatever the change is. You don't want to choose just willy-nilly because you feel rushed. So really embrace this moment of security that you're feeling with your family, with your community, and give yourself time to be strategic. Okay. And then towards the end of this month, we have these 2 cards. You have the Sun and the Emperor. Okay. So we have the Sun, which is this feeling of celebration, of, again, really being supported, being in the right place with the right people, having the right moments. Like, everything is just feeling good. Everyone is taking care of each other and collaborating. And again, this could be family, this could be friends, this could be career. And it's a very harmonious environment. Okay, so that's great that you're going to continue this energy throughout the month of Virgo, and it's going to feel really good and supported. But you have this Emperor energy, which again is very similar to that King of Swords. So it's actually funny, when I saw them pop out, I was like, oh, what? That's the same. It's the same energy, basically, more or less. But this Emperor, again, is strategic. It's thinking about the future, about the next step. And it's really weighing options and thinking about, okay, the past, and learning from the opportunities and the challenges that were presented to you, and the way you reacted and how you handled it, and what you would do differently in the future. But the thing that I want to point out with the Emperor is that while the Emperor is very wise and strategic and really has the ability to make these decisions on his own, he doesn't rely purely on that. The Emperor always has advisors around him and people that are more skilled in certain things. Like, the Emperor might be a tactical genius, but knows nothing about agriculture, for example, or how to keep the empire, happy, entertained. He doesn't know anything about entertainment, as an example. And and I'm gonna say, I'm just looking at the scroll here. Perhaps the emperor has an astrologer that they're looking to get some clarity from as well. They're looking to the sky. They're listening to the messages from the universe and the spirit team and your ancestors, and really paying attention to all of the synchronicities and the messages that are coming through. And with Uranus being such a big player this month, I think that that is a big key for the kind of support and the kind of intelligence that you're looking for, right? This inspiration. And I wanted to go back to that for a second, because all those ideas that come through, I do believe are going to be divinely inspired for you as well. And so really pay attention to that kind of energy. And while you are thinking about what your next step is going to look like, I think you're being called to embrace this concept of rebellion and to do things differently. You are ruled by the planet of disruption, of innovation, of stepping outside of the status quo and living outside of the box. So what you are meant to do going forward is not something that you have done before. It is not something that anyone else is doing, and it is going to be unique and amazing. So keep that in mind, because I think that the inspiration that you're getting will be along those lines as well. And again, like I said, will be unexpected because it's not something that you have done before. Okay, I'm going to get one final message here for you. Aquarius, what do you need to know for the month of Virgo? Okay, let's see what is coming through. Okay, we have 2. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries, and emotions are running high. Supermoon. Okay, so I want to address this one first. Emotions are running high. So knowing that you have had some challenges over the past month, you need to take time to process it and to really work through everything that has happened, because you've gone through some big changes, you've had to make some big decisions, and your emotions are running high. There's a lot of it could be stuff that's you're still feeling in your body that you need to allow to move through, or perhaps you need to have a good cry, or maybe you need to scream, but something needs to be felt and let out. And with this lunar eclipse, I think that it's going to push you a little bit into that. And so, really pay attention to what emotions are surfacing. There's a lot of energy around your North Node in your sign. And with Pluto in Aquarius as well, you're experiencing a lot of transformation in general for this entire cycle. And your emotions, really make sure you're taking care of yourself emotionally. And then it's time to take action, new moon in Aries. And when I think of this, it's time to take action, new moon in Aries. The new moon is the start of a cycle. So when it says it's time to take action, it's really time to take action in terms of strategizing and thinking about what your next phase looks like. And this Mars rebellion energy, Mars is the planet of action as well. And when it says it's time to take action, I think that this is really referring to this new phase where you're stepping outside the box, where you're creating something new. And it's the start of a new cycle. So this is something that you are doing that no one else is doing. And it's really time. The world needs it. The world needs your gifts and your ideas and your unique perspective on how things should be done. And so I'm very excited for you. It sounds like, there's a lot of amazing things coming and you're going to feel very supported. So allow yourself to feel your emotions. I know sometimes Aquarius, you can be a little bit detached. And then everything kind of comes out all at once and it's a huge explosion. So make sure you're taking care of yourself and get grounded, get in nature and release a little bit. I'm going to leave it there and hopefully something in this resonated with you. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, do the things that help the channel. And again, this is a general reading. So if you want to dive deeper into how these energies are affecting you personally, we can look at your chart, pull some cards, do all the things and get even more detailed. So I'll leave my information below. And thank you so much for being here with me this month. And I'll see you in the next one.